Hey everyone, Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. Hey Mighty Annie, welcome in. Decided at the last minute to do a show. I just got back from a kind of create your own boxes estate sale. Really don't know what all I have, but thought I'd go through it. We'll auction some stuff off if anybody's interested. And hope everybody's having a good Friday, ready for the weekend. I don't know that we have any big plans. We bought a new TV for under our deck that I've got to mount this weekend, and I think Amy ordered some new patio furniture as well. Hey, Seacox 1569, Stock Diva, Dawn 414. Thank you so much for coming in. I am Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures here in Knoxville, Tennessee, as evidenced by the UT shirt here. So, tell you what, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm just going to start pulling stuff out. Let me kind of show you what I've got here. Let me flip it around here. And so this whole thing's completely full of mostly ephemera. But if you look over here, I got another bag that will also go through that's not necessarily all ephemera. So a little bit of everything, kind of a mixed bag of stuff. A lot of ephemera and a little bit of other things. Let me get this fixed here. Hey, Dry Creek Trading Company, thanks for coming in. So I just got back from an estate sale that was kind of a haggle type sale where you just filled up a bag of stuff and then you haggled with them on a price. So I was able to get a lot of cool stuff, and I really don't know what all I have because stuff like this I was just grabbing. I mean, I have just got on about 2 minutes ago, so you're right here at the start of the show. So I mean, I didn't take the time to open really anything, so I don't know what's in here, but it should be fun to go through. So here we go. And here comes my brother, Dave. Hey, Big Orange Express. So let's see what we got here. This was in a rolled up. Yeah, you've missed a lot. Looks like there's several things in here. Let's see if I can even show these. It's kind of hard. So this is the Supreme Court of Ohio, January term 1900. It says, whereas, and the good thing about this show, not doing an event, I don't have to like sprint through all this stuff. So if you get bored of me reading stuff, just let me know. But we'll probably take our time and go through this stuff and see what all it is. I usually do these because I've got to go through it anyway, and it's more fun to go through it with all my friends. So it says, whereas at this present term of said court, Carl Cadwell, Esquire, was duly examined. And so it's an attorney. So basically, it's a certificate where this guy was, it looks like 1900, was admitted to be able to practice law. So, like a diploma, it's not really a diploma, I don't guess. And then, oh no, this one's cool. So, this is the American Flag House and Betsy Ross Memorial Association. And this is from 1904. And it says this is to certify that Carl Cadwell, so the same guy that the certificate belonged to, is a member of the American Flag House and Betsy Ross Memorial Association and a subscriber to the fund for the purchase and preservation of the historic house in which the first flag of the United States was made. So it's got some really cool artwork in the center there. So yeah, and if anybody, tell you what, I'm just going to, instead of asking on everything, I'm just going to run some things and we'll see how much interest there is. So I'm going to run this and I'm going to start it. If you can see, it's been rolled up, but overall it's in pretty good condition. There is some edge around the wear around the corners and such, but overall not too bad. And so actually I'll run both these together since it's the same person. So I'm going to put this in the 4 to 7 ounce category, and let me go to the store. Let me pin that. All right, so I'm going to start these at $4 for the pair of them. So you have the Betsy Ross certificate here with the cool there, and then this 1900 Supreme Court of Ohio. Actually, I'm going to start at 5. I mean, I haven't done any research on these, but they're very cool. So here we go. We will run these for 15 seconds since I've already shown them. And let's see if there's any interest from the 6 people who are in here. Hey, tell all your friends, share the show. Let's get some people in here. All right, here we go. So you have the Betsy Ross Association, and it's from 1904. And then we have the legal certificate. All right, no interest in those. No problem. We'll continue to go through things. I don't think I don't think it came in this tube. So here's a whole nother bound thing of documents. I don't really know what else in these either. So we will unfasten the ribbon. Hey, Busy Bee Vintage. Hey, Barlow 19 and Plum 05. I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. We are just going through a whole box of stuff that I got at this Haggle estate sale today. And I mean, I was just grabbing stuff, so I have no idea. I do have some stamps, though, I think. Let's Talk stamps. They're like some commemorative sets from the 70s, so nothing real old. Wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So let's see if I can get this pulled out. And along the way, if you see anything you want me to run, let me know. I'll probably randomly, just run some stuff like I did that last lot, but I'm not going to stop on everything. Okay, there's all kind of stuff in here. In fact, I'm going to have to... This rolled up stuff's really hard to show, but this is the National Geographic Society from 1941. So I guess that's just where they joined the National Geographic Society. Here's a physician's certificate of registration from 1938. So I guess it's where they became a doctor. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. If you know anybody you think might like this stuff, feel free to tag them. See if we can get some people in here. Here's the President of the United States of America has awarded this certificate of appreciation to C.N. Burton in grateful recognition of uncompensated services. So he was an administrator of the Selective Service System, and this is from I guess it's from the 40s because it's FDR. And my guess is this is probably not really his signature. It's probably, pre-printed or auto-penned at the very least, but there's actually several of these. So you have one, I don't know if they're different years or all the same. Yeah, that one's 1942. This one's 19... Yeah, this is a different year. I don't know what year that one is. Hey, Grandma Sherry. Hey, Jazzy Jules. Charity Vintage. Yeah, so he's just got these for different years. During World War II, he must have been an administrator with the Selective Service. Thanks for the share. Yeah, so he must have done that for 3 years because there's 3 of those certificates. They all look identical, but they do have different dates down at the bottom. Like this one's 19... This one actually doesn't have a date on it. But they look like maybe they're from 41 to 44 in that time frame. And then here's the City Hospital of Cleveland. This one's from... I love all these old certificates. This one's 1938. And he was it's another certificate about being a physician. So yeah, all these old diplomas and certificates and stuff, I think they're really cool. Then we get into some larger ones here. Here's something, Certificate of America from the Congress of the United States. He was awarded the Selective Service Medal. Whatever that means. That one does not have a date either, but I'm guessing it's 40s. All that's like World War II stuff. So there's all kind of stuff in this roll. Here's the state of North Carolina, the people of North Carolina. This is the Bard No, the Board of Medical Examiners of the state. Okay, so this 1938, this is a certificate where he was basically, I guess, passed the board or whatever to be a physician in North Carolina. So all these certificates appear to be 1930s and 1940s. I don't think they're all going to fit on the table here. Yeah, for those just coming in, the one that you missed that I thought was really cool was this Betsy Ross Association one. And it's from 1904, so it was an older one. Yeah, we've still got quite a few here that were all in this one roll. And yeah, for anybody who wasn't here, I went to this estate sale today, and it was kind of this like root and haggle type of thing where you just went through, they had everything, they just pulled boxes out. They hadn't really cataloged anything, and so I was just like pulling anything that I thought looked cool. And like all these were bound together and just throwing them in my bag. So I don't know what else in here. So here's same thing as the North Carolina one, but it looks like it's the state of Ohio for 1936. So he must have lived in Ohio first and then moved to North Carolina. Yeah, and that's why I like that's why I like Ephemera, Jesse, is because just the history, especially when you start getting into things like handwritten letters and photos and the stories you can weave around that stuff. So it is cool. Now we're getting into some big, like, I can barely show it in the screen here. This one is all written in Latin, not Latinum. I do not know what this one is. It's got a picture of, oh, who's Albert Pike? I've heard of Albert Pike. Does anybody recognize that name? Is it Masonic or something maybe? It's one of the secret societies. I don't know if it's Masonic, but yeah, there's like the scene, I think maybe. Let's see if any of these say anything. Yeah. Anyway, that one's pretty cool. I think I'm going to start sticking these down on the floor now. And here's the President of the United States of America. He was an examining physician. Another like World War II. It has to do with the selective service system. So there's a ton of these selective service awards. Once again, he must have been on the board, like as an administrator of some sort. And he must have been an OBGYN, because here's one, the South Atlantic Association of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, and this is 1941 as well. So this guy was a doctor, looks specifically like he was an OBGYN. Here's another selective service system one, and that's a certificate of service. This one's from 1947, so he must have continued on. This one's Harry Truman. So we went from FDR on the other ones to Harry Truman. Once again, I'm 99% sure that's not really Harry Truman's autograph. I'm sure there were a lot of these made for different people on the boards, but still cool nonetheless. And so then he was also in North Carolina as an OBGYN. Wow, there's just a ton of stuff in here. Oh, he was also in a barbershop quartet, because here's the certificate that it says he was like part of the Society for the Preservation of Barbershop Quartets. And then this is something from the University of Cincinnati. It's like his graduation. It's not like the diploma, but it's some sort of certificate that says he graduated from the University of Cincinnati. Yeah, I don't know if he was married or not, but he moved around a lot, and he's definitely got a lot of certificates here. All right, here's the board of directors. So here's his diploma where he became a doctor of medicine at the University of Cincinnati, and that's from I'm guessing like 1936. It doesn't have a date, but that other certificate was 1936. And then there's his Bachelor of Medicine behind that. It looks exactly the same, so I'll show it. Hey, Tammy's Passions. Hey, G Smiley. Hey, Kitty Cardo. Everybody just coming in. For anybody who's just coming in, I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. Went to this haggle sale today. They call it a root and haggle. And just have like two big boxes of stuff or two bags of stuff. Most of it's ephemera, but there is some other ephemera that I'll kind of show as we go along the way too. Here's Cincinnati General Hospital, United States of America. So this is where he interned in Cincinnati. It's hard to show this stuff, but it keeps wanting to curl up on me. And there's another. Okay, so yeah, that one big one must have been Masonic. Here's like a Masonic certificate. And that one is from 1943. Yes, they are some big documents. And there's a bunch of them, too. Let's see, is this the one I showed? Yeah, that was the one I showed from Cincinnati General Hospital. There's something that came off of something. We'll just set it right there. Oh, this one's really cool. So this is his high school diploma. Okay, this is an Indiana high school diploma from 1916. Check out how elaborate and fancy this is. It's a lot fancier than my... Hey, what's up, Johnny from Jersey's Finds? Johnny's my podcast buddy. We do a podcast along with Wes, the Slim Flipper. On YouTube, you can search for the Finders Flippers Resale Podcast, and we do that every Wednesday. So check out this high school diploma. I mean, does that look a lot nicer than anybody's in here's high school diploma? And this thing's huge, too. They seem to put a lot more stock on graduating high school than we do today. But yeah, this is from 1916, and it was from Warren High School in somewhere in Indiana. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, and for anybody just coming in, if you want me to run any of this stuff, let me know. I can basically run anything that I'm pulling out. And here's a Salamini Township Commissioned High School, Huntington County, Indiana. And this is 1925. So, yeah, let's talk stamps. Ephemera, I mean, I love watching other people do unboxings because you just never know what you're going to pull out. I mean, and this is a true unboxing because, I mean, I do know a few things I have in there, but a lot of it was just like this, where I grabbed a roll of stuff. And anyway, so that is all the certificates. That's pretty good. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were like 25 of them, so that's pretty cool. So, all right, does anybody... so is this Carol Burnett? I think it is, isn't it? Yep. So this is I'm Millie, a thoroughly modern Millie. So this is a playbill, it looks like. Oh no, that's Julie Andrews, I guess, because it says on the back. It looked like Carol Burnett, but I guess that's Julie Andrews. Oh, you know what? No, that's the soundtrack album. So I guess originally Julie Andrews must have done this because, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's just look inside. Let's see who. Well, there's what's her name? Carol Channing. So I don't know. Is that Julie Andrews or is that Carol Burnett? That might be Julie Andrews because it does say it's her and Carol Channing, and there's okay, so it is Julie Andrews. So it looks like Carol Channing. Okay, yeah, Mary Tyler Moore is also in this. So That's a pretty cool playbill, and it is from 1967. So this thing's exactly the same age as I am. Unfortunately, this is in better shape than I am, though. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Here's a Walt Disney World beanie. I don't know what year it's from, but it's got, let's see, so it's got Cinderella's castle. It has, is that Baloo? Is that Baloo the dancing bear? Then it's got Minnie. It's got Winnie the Pooh, Goofy, and of course Mickey. So let me know if anybody's interested in that. I haven't done any research on any of this stuff, so I have no idea how much it's worth. I'll just wear it for a little bit. Then there were some vintage T-shirts. Nothing like, I wish they were like rock and roll T-shirts, but I just thought this was cool. It says July 1988, Sinai, Egypt, and it's got the American flag, and it is single stitch and everything. You can see, so definitely period from 1980, and it's on a, let's see, a Stampa. The tag says, excuse me, Stampa, and it's got a squirrel on it. It's hard to, there we go. So there was the tag on that. This hat fits me perfect, doesn't it? Then there were just like all kind of these like random photos and stuff. And I grabbed as many as I could. There was somebody else there trying to grab stuff too. I love this photo of this guy and his dog. I don't know how old it is. It doesn't have any information on the back. I think this one was stuck with it. That one's definitely not old. So you got the guy and his dog, and then I thought this was a cool photo. It's like a battleship there. I can probably look up what ship that is from the number. So got pictures like that. There's some more of those in here. All right, here's the stamps. Let's talk stamps. So we have the 1976 mint set. I mean, I didn't even look to make sure they actually have stamps in them. Hopefully, I didn't just get empty envelopes. So there's that, and it is. Yep, looks like it's got the set in there. Got the Olympic stamp. 1976 Olympics. That was Montreal, right? I think. So this one has the Spirit of 76. It's got Bicentennial, Adolph S. Oaks, Interfill, Benjamin Franklin and Alexander Graham Bell, and Aviation, the Christmas stamps, and then some more of the Spirit of 76. So you got the 76 one. Here's the 75 one. Let's see what's in this one. USS Mason on the destroyer. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to write that down. Thank you. I'm sure I can Google it real quick and get it, but I'm going to go ahead and write that down. USS Mason destroyer. Thank you so much, Explorium Emporium. If anybody has any upcoming shows, feel free to promote those. The Whatnot community, especially Ephemera, is such a great community. Here's the 1975 set. And yeah, so there's those. So you got 75. I'm not sure how many of these there are. Then this looks like 19. Goodness, this one's in all kind of envelopes here. There's like a return envelope of some sort. I think this one's 1972. The Latin piece. Oh yeah, the Secret Society one. Yeah, I'll pull it up. So this is the 72 set there. Oops, just lost the one of them. Get it back in there. It's got a Tom Sawyer stamp in there. Thanks for tagging Charity Vintage Tammy's Passions. Let's see. What's the beginning price? I don't. Let's talk stamps. How about? I mean, would you be interested in all of those? Or are you looking for one of the particular sets? And let me see which other ones I have. Just let me know on that. Okay. Let's see how many more we got, and then we'll go from there. So far we have the 72, the 75, and the 76. Let me, it looks like there's at least a couple more in there. Tell you what, let me find that Latin one again real quick. I think it was the biggest one. So this one, yeah, so this thing's huge. So it's got the Albert Pike at the top, and I'm sure if you Google him, you can tell exactly which one this is. I'm thinking I've had like an Albert Pike statue before, and it seems like was he Mason's? I can't remember for sure. So, but this thing measures. Let me grab my. This thing is. So it's 24 inches. So 2 feet. 2 feet by 19 and a half or so. So, I mean, if anybody's interested in this, I would probably run this one for $10. I mean, it is 1943, but I know this one would do really well in my booth. So let me know if anybody would be interested in that at $10. So that is a little higher than I normally start stuff, but that's a really cool piece. So let me go ahead and get the rest of these stamps out. And we have the 73. Whoa. Make sure all these are in here. And best I can tell, all these do look complete. And then the 73 when they've also added the strip of the postal service. So you got all the postal service stamps, and then oh yeah, I see it. If it wasn't in the envelope, it tells you where to put it. It would go right down the side. So there's the other ones. You got the little layout thing over here that tells you how to lay them out. All right, so that was 73. And then finally we have 74. So here's the 74 set. That one's got like Skylab. That's either Skylab or I think that's what that is. Let's see what stamp's in here. Yeah, Skylab. Just there's the Skylab stamp. All right, so I think that's all of them. And then this one also has a Gerald Ford. It's not a first day. I don't think it's just it's the official Republican inauguration cover. And I guess you got it for being a Republican donor. So that is in there as well. So we have that Gerald Ford envelope. We have and just make sure that's all of them. I think that is all the stamps. So we have 74, 73. I'll put these in order. 76, 75, and I think the last one I said was 72. So there's 76. All right, so you have 72, 73, 74, 75, and 76. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive years. How about if I do it's 5 of them? How about $10 for the whole kit and caboodle there? Just let me know if that works for you, and I can add these. I need to make some room so I can get to my scale here real quick. Give me just a second. I'm getting all these documents we had off my desk here. All right, let me see what these weigh. Yeah, and they'll be like 1 to 2 pounds. So, okay, 15. Cool. And there will be shipping on that too. And the shipping, I mean, I have free shipping after $8.35. This is going to be $8.35 to ship since it's the first item, whoever wins it. So I'll just let you know that. So if I started at 15, it's going to be 23. Tell you what, I'm going to meet you in the middle. I appreciate the honesty. I'm going to start it at 13. So give you a little break, whoever happens to win it. So let me go to the 1 to 2 pounds. And I'm going to go to auction, 1 to 2 pounds. We're going to pin that one. Okay, so we said $13 start. And I've already shown them, so I'm just going to do it at 15 seconds. And here we go. So 5 years worth of commemorative stamps. We have 1972 all the way through 1976. So you're getting all those. And let me find my sticky notes. Thank you so much, Let's Talk Stamps. And that's your first purchase from me, so I really appreciate it. Let's talk stamps. All right, I'm going to stick that over here. All right, and we'll dig back into the bag. If anybody wants to see anything again from any of the rolled documents that we have, just let me know. And you also have the Disney hat I pulled out here that I'm wearing. So, hey, Secret Grotto. See what's in here. I don't remember. So here's some napkins. They look like hand embroidered napkins, maybe. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull one out. Yeah, I'll never get it folded back up if I unfold it all the way. But anyway, you have those napkins. Looks like a set of 6. It appears in the box. So yeah, I will definitely tag you if I come across any more stamps. So thanks for stopping by, and appreciate the follow too. So here's a diploma of some sort. It looks like Randolph-Macon College. Looks like a diploma and all different. There's like an envelope. I assume that may be like graduation documents or something. It's from the Office of the Registrar, 1957. Yeah, graduation invitation. And then the Randolph-Macon College in Lynchburg, Virginia diploma. I pulled this just because things like this generally sell well on some platforms. It's just a user manual for a Hitachi VCR. A lot of times people are looking for a very specific user manual, so I got that. All right, any interest in any playbills or programs? Looks like these are opera programs here. It's the St. Louis Municipal Opera 53rd season, 1971. See if they have any. Yeah, so it looks like it's got a lot of cool ads and such in these as well. Monsanto. There's a Baldwin piano. There's a Playboy Club of St. Louis ad there. Which one would you... Oh, I don't know yet, Big Orange Express. We will see if we have any sports programs. Which one would you bid on there, Brian? Let me know which item. Are you talking about the playbills? Oh, okay. This one here. Let me see. I probably can lot some up if you want to look at some others. So, because here's a 1969 one. So there's 2 of those. Let's see. Some of these are duplicates. So let me see how many unique ones I have here. Yeah, so here's 1970. So it looks like we're going to have a run of years. And then here's a purple one. So that's going to, no, never mind. That's, all right. Yeah, so I actually have 3 different ones here. Brian, do you want me to run them as a lot? It's consecutive years. It's 1969. This one. Let's see what kind of ads it has in it. Here's a TWA ad. Monsanto Chemical. Here's KMOX Radio. I've actually heard of KMOX. Here's the St. Louis Cardinals. It says another season of great outdoor performances with the Muni and the football Cardinals. And this is where you could order your season tickets for the Cardinals. They played the New York Jets, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Bears. These are just home games. Bears, Vikings, Saints, Giants, Eagles, Steelers, and the Browns. Pepsi Cola ad. Here's a brand new 1970 Sylvania color TV. So there's the 1969 one. Here's the 1970 one here. Magnavox console stereo. I sold one of those in my booth not too long ago. I think it was actually a Magnavox. Here's a Jack Daniels ad. That's pretty cool. Hey, Snoopy Lover. Hey, Green Llama. We're getting ready to run this lot of 3 different St. Louis Municipal Opera programs. And tell you what, for the 3 of these, Brian, how about a $5 start? And these will be in the 12 to 15 ounce range. So let me go ahead and get one of those pinned. Store. Pin. All right, so for the 3 of these, $5, 15-second start, and here we go. Thanks for the bid there, Dry Creek. 1970, 1969, and 1971. Hey, Mama Ramsey. Hey, Emerson. All right, thank you so much. That was Dry Creek. All right, let's see what other playbills we have. Let's see, I already showed this one. That was the one with Julie Andrews on the front, and it's got pictures of Carol Channing and Julie Andrews. And then, let's see, here's a playbill from 1970, I guess. This hat's getting hot. I'm going to take it off. Whoops. And I'm dropping stuff. So you got that one. Let's see. I already showed that diploma. Hold on. Let me pick up everything I just dropped. Yeah, there is another set. Let's see. I showed the Hitachi. I don't know if you need 2 sets of the opera. There's a whole nother set of the same use, Brian. Let me know if you want me to run those. And there's actually an extra 1969. Here's another playbill for the American Theater in St. Louis. This one, and it's also got the little for adults only burlesque flyer inside. And this one also has a bunch of great ads. Let's see what year it is. This one looks to be, I don't see a date on it yet. There's the car ad that's in it, though. Hey, the Owl's Nest. Hey, big guy Levi. We were just going through a bunch of stuff that I got at an estate sale. It was kind of like a box lot estate sale. So I was just picking up as much stuff as I could. There's a Detroit Symphony Orchestra program. And there's a St. Louis Symphony Orchestra program, both of those 1966, 1970. Here's a playbill for Star Spangled Girl. And it's got some kind of, and it has a flyer on the inside for the Man of La Mancha. Oh, look at the cool Corvette ad. Then we have some stage magazines here. Once again, I'm not sure the exact. I'm guessing these are 60s and 70s like everything else. There's Oliver. There's Hello Dolly. I guess that's Carol Channing there, it looks like. Here's the Dictionary for Yankees and Other Uneducated People. This appears to be something that maybe they sold in the South at a gift shop somewhere. Let's see where this came from. This is from 1971. It was made in Hollins, North Carolina. Yeah, so here's, let me just read you how we talk. Yeah, I can run. So you're talking about just the symphony orchestra ones? Yeah, give me just a second. So like here's all the different dictionaries. So Abbott is talking when you should be listening is a bad Abbott. A blaze is a location. I know a blaze you can get good corn. A place. Okay. So I resemble this one. So got that. Let me find those. Oh look, there's Betty White. And that's Northland Playhouse Sketchbook. Betty White, and who was that lady I saw you with? This is from 1960. So she was probably still, I mean, how old was Betty White in 1960? So anyway, all right, let me find those symphony orchestra ones. Detroit. So just the two symphony orchestra, correct? Is that the ones you want? Just let me know. Utes. Yes, okay. I knew what you meant. All right, so I'll run these for $4 for the pair. So let me go ahead, and these will be 4 to 7 ounces. Let me pin it. Start auction. $4, 15 seconds, and here we go. Those are running. So you have a 1966 Detroit Symphony Orchestra. I'm going to assume these have cool ads in as well. There's the National Bank of Detroit. Got a Steinway piano on the back. All right, I'll stick that with your stuff, Brian. So those are coming to you. Thank you for the bid. And let's see what else we have in here. So I showed all the playbills. Oh, actually, I didn't show all the playbills. Here's more of the opera. So I have several, it looks like sets of those. Here's a playbill for Cactus Flower. Once again, I'm assuming all these are 60s and 70s. There's the Man of La Mancha with a something inside. Well, whatever it is, it must have, it's a postcard of the Cliff Room, but it must have had something sticky on it because it's, well, yeah, that's not coming out without. Oh, this one's cool. Here's the one for hair. Actually sold a German, like original first run program of hair one time. And it was really cool. So you got the Chevy Vega in there. Let's see who was in this one. See if I recognize Joe Mantegna. Has, however you say his name, Mantegna. Anyway, he was in this. I know I butchered his name. So, but anyway, there's all the people who are in it. So you have the hair program, the reel-to-reel tape ad. Then West Side Story. Hey, David. Here's a. You were asking for a sports item. Here's a Detroit Tigers 1960 souvenir scorebook. Let's see if it's been scored. There's an ad with Jim Bunning. Probably need to look this one up. There's Harmon Killebrew, Brooks Robinson, Mickey Mantle. There's some good ones in there. The 1960 roster for the Tigers. Be a Detroit Tiger star for a day. Yeah, so they scored the first the first 4 innings, and apparently they got bored and quit scoring it. Or maybe they were with their dad and he made them leave early. And then you have a Pontiac ad on the back. So yeah, Detroit Tigers program. Here's Flower Drum Song. Here's another on stage. Goodness, some more of the opera programs. All right, let's see what else we have in here. That goes with that Hitachi stuff. I thought this was cool. It's a Disney World bag. I guess it should go with the hat. And let's see what it has in it. Oh, I remember these. Who had, did anybody else ever go to Disney World and get the silhouettes done? Looks like, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they had 6 silhouettes done, and it's still got the original gift bag. Wonder what year those are from. It'd be cool if they had date in them, but they did not. I know I've sold just the like old Disney boxes and bags and such, so everybody's still out there. It got quiet all of a sudden. I haven't seen anybody coming or going, so make sure I'm not locked up. Can y'all still hear me? Well, let me know. Here's another vintage t-shirt. Cool. 1987, another single stitch, as you can see there. This one is also something from Sana, and it's got a camel on it. So y'all have to do a little research on those. Let's see what else we got in here. A bag of, let's see what these are. Oh, they look like Alcohol Anonymous, like tokens. Maybe you got them for going to meetings. Yeah, so a bunch of AA stuff. Looks like they're from the 80s. Yeah, like here's a metal token. Yeah, and then I guess this was in one of the boxes I got. If I can get it to close. Yeah, it's looks like an Alcohol Anonymous like trinket box. Oh, and then it's also full of tokens. If I can show them without dumping them all out. There's a bunch of them in here. So things like that. These are all metal in here. See if that's all that's in there. Yeah. Looks like that's all that's in that box. I remember whenever I used to travel when I first got out of college, I would always take my trusty bedside alarm clock Ooh, this one was battery powered and not windy, and it looks like the battery's corroded. So I have to see if I can clean that up. You know, secret battle, I'm really not sure what I have in here. I don't think there's any postcards or real photo postcards. There might be some snapshots in here. Um, I went to this, it was basically kind of this root and haggle sale today, and it was all boxes of stuff, and I was just grabbing things. So I really don't know exactly what else in here. Um, so we'll see what's in the bottom of the bag here in just a second. I did get some books. I mean, I typically don't sell these on Whatnot just because, I mean, when I'm doing ephemera shows, they tend to be too heavy. But I thought this was cool. It's in a slip cover. I almost always grab any books that are in slip covers. This says it's the collector's manual. Let's see, a collector of what? It's got a cool cover. Let's see how old it is. I sell a lot of books. You can't. Well, I can't really turn my camera because I got too much stuff on the table. But back here to my left, there's a bunch of books. So this is from 19. Does have some foxing in it, but overall it's in decent enough condition. This is from 1906. No, 1935. It was originally published in 1906. But it is, let's see what kind of engravings it has in it. So here's the cover page. And yeah, so it's basically what were antiques in the 1930s and such. You know, it's got all kind of pictures of them. So that should be a cool thing. I love the slipcover though. Yeah, just as a rule of thumb, if I find a book with the slipcover, and a lot of times at estate sales, you know, all books are like $2, I always buy them. And more often than not, you can usually sell them for somewhere between $15 and $30, depending on the book. And if you get lucky, you know, you might find an even better one. But a lot of times the slipcover books are special editions or things of that nature. Yeah, so going through a couple of books here. I mean, if anybody's interested, let me know. But they will be heavier. Although if you've already bought some stuff, you know, anything over, once you get to £1, it's basically free shipping. You know, after you've paid $8.35. So that's The Courtship of Miles Standish, and this one looks like let's see. It's got a little thing in the front. Well, I'll have to look and see. So here's what the little thing says in the front. It's kind of cool. It says, "To my friend, in appreciation of her decision to take my nephew for a life partner, this copy of the illustrated edition out of print of Henry Longfellow's poem, The Courtship of Miles Standish, presented with the hope and the belief that John and Priscilla always be a very congenial and happy pair, 1927. And they did have the book rebound, it says, in 1977, so it must have been falling apart. It actually looks pretty good. I guess this is, you can tell in here, maybe this is where you can tell it was rebound. But yeah, let's see what kind of illustrations. Once again, this one has quite a bit of foxing. But yeah, then you have, I'll have to look this one up. That's a cool book. Yeah, here's the receipt where they had it rebound. Yeah, so it's got all kind of like book plates like that in it. And then I love this one too. I mean, I'm a bird person anyway, but this Audubon book, let's see what year it was from. This one is from, looks like, 1936. But look at all the color. It's got all kind of plates like this in it. So I know there's always lots of bird fans, so hopefully somebody will be interested in that one. A few more books that were in here. Here's the Snoopy Festival. I think this one was from 1970 something. 1973. But it's just, all kind of Snoopy cartoons and such. And then this one here, if anybody's interested in learning all about the container board industry, I got this. What I found is that any of these things of this nature, there's usually a pretty good market for them because people in those industries. This is from 1959, so it's probably got some good history about container board. Not that interesting to me, but surely somebody out there will be interested in it. And then finally, the last book I think is this more of the Salem story with photographs, and it's from 1992, limited edition. Once again, these a lot of times these are like short run type of books, self-published or published by a university. And this one was published by Del Schaefer in Ohio. So it looks like you could buy this like at the Salem gift shop. So I'm assuming it's all about the witch trials and such, but it's actually signed by the author. So I'll have to do some research on that. I like this. So whoever says, whoops, I wrote in the wrong book, and he crossed it out. So that's pretty funny. On the Salem thing, Don, is that the one you're talking about? I don't even know. Like I said, I haven't done any research on this. How about yeah, this is pretty cool. It's got all kind of pictures and stuff in it. How about how about $10? I mean, that I think that's probably a great price for something like that. Let me know if and it is going to be, since it's your first purchase, it's going to add the shipping. So, all right, let me go ahead and just run this, and let me get it. I feel like that's going to end up being a really good deal. So, let's see, pin it and start auction. We'll just keep it at 15 seconds, and I said $10. All right, here we go. It's getting ready to run, and here we go. So yeah, if you like the Salem witch trials, well, I say this. Let's make sure it's actually Salem. No, it's actually not the Salem witch trials, Don. This is Salem, Ohio. So let me know if that changes your mind. You're welcome to cancel because I said it was the Salem witch trials, but still a cool book nonetheless. So let me know on that if you still want it. I jumped the gun a little bit and just saw Salem. So okay, cool. Well, that will be coming your way, and hope you enjoy it. Dawn 414. Let's see if I can. Gotta find a place to start a new stack here. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what else we got. Does look like we are getting a few photographs and stuff down here, maybe. I don't know what all we have. Some little brochure that says the only man in Washington who knows what he's doing. Here he is. So a little bit of political humor there. Here's a postcard that says, sitting on your ass and worrying won't help. A souvenir of Sloppy Joe's in Havana, Cuba. And that's from 1947. So a Havana, Cuba postcard. Yeah, now these are more like, oh, I thought this was a cabinet card, but it's, okay, so this is somebody, it looks like maybe they passed away at some point, because here's got her name on it. There's her name, and this was taken at a Studio Grand in Cincinnati, Ohio. And then inside that, it had her funeral stuff. So it says, "In Memoriam, Aurea Cecilia," and then it's got that same picture on the inside. Actually, it looks like there's maybe two of those inside there. Hey, Rockin' GV. Anybody else I missed? My name's Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. Going through a bunch of stuff I got at an estate sale today. And it was like a box lot type of estate sale, for lack of a better term. And I was literally just grabbing stuff and throwing it in my bag. Here's another cabinet, or not a cabinet card, my bad. It's like a studio portrait. Here's a cabinet card of a baby. And that's John Deming Mulford. He was born in 1898 and he died in 1994. So he lived a long and healthy life, but there he is as a baby. And then here's the Columbus Dispatch's book for brides. Hey, TMD. Tracy, how you doing? Details overwhelm bride planning church wedding. 6 months before the wedding. Dear Diary, we've decided Dick and I are going to be married. He wants me to go with him this very afternoon to pick out the ring, and as soon as we get it, we'll tell Mother. I doubt if it'll be any real surprise to her. She is suspected for a long time. What frightens me now is the number of things we must do before the wedding. We both want a church wedding. The etiquette book, I can see it's going to become my Bible before this is over, says we may have a formal gathering to announce the engagement to our families. But since I work 5 days a week and Dick has a job out of town, I think we'll just call our friends and tell them personally. So I guess, it's this whole thing she wrote, and then it talks about them planning their Bermuda honeymoon and all kind of things, registry and things of that nature. I am doing wonderful. All right, here's some photos, but they don't look, 1960s. So these were in a scrapbook, it looks like, or a photo album. There he is again with his kids. Yeah, these look to mostly be maybe 60s. There's a color one, but still looks 60-ish. That one looks a little older. 1929 is what it says on the back of that one. Check out the family photo here. Very 70-ish there. Look at the leisure type suit, and I resemble those people a lot from when I was in the 70s. There's just an old couple. Here's somebody on a boat. It says the salt with old salt with weak stomach demonstrates the square knot aboard transport. That's what it says on the back there. Look at this little kid on the tricycle. That one says April 7th, 1929 on the back. There's some people at the beach. Oops. That one is not dated, but it looks 20-ish, probably from the same era as those other older photos that we found. There's a little girl there. Here's a sailor. This one says Poinsettias in California in December at Treasure Island. There's a modern photo. Look at that guy's pants. He's got the yellow tie with the multicolor pants. They are very not color coordinated family there. There's another newer photo. So these are just kind of all mixed up. Some kind of formal dinner. That one is 1967, I think. That's what that one says. Some more modern photos there. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I'm not going to show these. I'll just quickly show them just some more modern ones. This one says Photographic Library, the unit U.S. Naval Training Center in Great Lakes, Illinois. That's what it says on the back of that one. Hey, Papa Bear. Hey, No Shelf Control. Hey, Ahen Depp, Leo Cash. Thanks to everybody for stopping by. We are just going through a bunch of stuff that I got in an estate sale this morning. Family portrait, nice looking family, 1966. That's Thanksgiving, it says on the back. This was taken in St. Louis. I wonder if this is the guy who we saw like some of the certificates and stuff for. Here's 1960, holding this new baby. Wow, look at the Marlin. That one's from 1964. It's a big old fish there. There they are. Married. Doesn't have a date on it. There's another broad picture. That one says Natalie Burton, June 28th. Does not have a year though. There they are again. There's another modern picture. So those were all in this particular sleeve here. There were a few cool ones, but let's see if I can get them back in here. Hey, Beanie's Bundle. Hey, Olivia Grace Grant. Thanks for coming in. We are going through a bunch of stuff I got in an estate sale today. A lot of ephemera. There's been a few other miscellaneous type items. Let's see. I have no idea what these are. Oh, they're book plates. Yeah, and they're all the same. So it's some book plates that have a ship design. They were made in Nevada City, California. Sure. Let's see. So like this whole group right here, Secret Grotto. Let me see how many there are. Yeah. How about an $8 start on those for all of them? And they'll be like in the 4 to 7 pound, 4 to 7 pound, 4 to 7 ounce range. So let me pin that. Pin. Yeah, I'll do it for 5. I'll tell you what, let me split. Can we split the difference with me and start them at 6? Okay, perfect. All right, so this whole thing, tell you what, let me put it at, let me pull them out again and just kind of, I'll run it for a little bit longer, like 30 seconds, and go through these smaller ones. And this one was in there. I'm not even going to pull it out and show it. It's like more like, that's not even really a picture. So it's more like a somebody printed it on their printer. All right, here we go. 30 seconds, $6, and we're off. So let me just show as many as we can. And they seem to range from the 20s all the way up to, there were some modern photos in here. And by modern, I'm guessing probably 80s, maybe 90s. But the majority of them seem to be kind of 60s. There was the U.S. Naval Training Center one. There was the kid on the tricycle there. That one was the 20s. I like this one. That's Old Salt, it says. That's, I guess, his nickname, maybe. Then here's the, that's one of my favorite ones just because I used to dress like that. So then, of course, there were some modern ones in there like that. So, all right, Secret Grotto, thank you so much. And thanks to everybody else who bid as well. Let me go ahead and get your name written down. Secret Grotto. And all this stuff, it's Friday. I might, depending on how long I go, I might get this out today, but for sure by Monday at the latest. So, because I've got to run to the post office anywhere. Here's a little sign language book. It says, "Pardon me, sold by a deaf mute. I don't ask for sympathy or charity." Sign language. I'm guessing when we open it, it's going to be, yeah, it's just, wonder if it's missing something. I mean, it doesn't look like it had anything, but you would think they would have put the alphabet in there, and not just these different, signs. But it's got good, bad, perfect, chance, friend, okay, right, no good, girl. So I'm almost to the bottom of this first bag, and The next bag we look at, it's some ephemera, it's some other stuff. So we do have some cabinet cards now. So I'm not sure. This one just says Carl Cadwell, 25 years old, and that Cadwell name's one we saw in a lot of the certificates. Here's another one. That one does not have a name on it. Here's Osea Cecilia Cadwell, died during childbirth in 1914. So she died giving birth to her child, it says. And here's a portrait by Bacharach, I think it is. Let's see who it is. Carl Cadwell. That's somebody Burton's father, Emma Lucy's father. So there he is. And this one's interesting. It's like, I don't know if it's a photograph, but it's like hand tinted for sure. I mean, it does have like some boxing type stuff on it, but it's really cool. It's kind of hard to, it's glued to this board. Does anybody know what that would be called as far as, I mean, it almost looks like a drawing rather than a photo, because look at the, I'll hold it up really close. I think it is a drawing. Maybe it's a drawing based on a photograph, is what it appears to be. Anyway, I thought it was really neat. And then you have John Tyndall. I've heard of him. Oh, so it says this portrait is published to subscribers to the Appleton Scientific Library. So it must have been something you got as part, being a member of some book club or something. But yeah, it says he was, he studied chemistry and physics. He died in 1893. He was the professor of natural philosophy at the Royal Institution. So anyway, yeah, I thought that was cool too. I mean, it's like a sketch, but it definitely looks like it was based on a photograph. So, so you had those, and then there's just a couple. Oh, actually, there's some more underneath this big one. Then this says this one's dated 1908. Check out that photo. It's really big. This one's, the board it's own's very big, and it is, I guess, signed by the photographer. And then it says Carl Cadwell. So definitely all in this Cadwell family. So you got that one. Very old cabinet card, it looks like. You got a family. Got the guy in the back with the guitar. This one does have a little fading. But yeah, that one's really cool. And then looks like the same, no, different house. Oh, this one's actually labeled. It says John Deming Residence, 283 Lincoln Avenue, Salem, Ohio. This is the side porch, picture taken in the late 1800s. So you got that one. And then here's another really big one. It just says Miller. This one's like a reproduction photo here. They group of boys, and it says T.A. Wagner Photography, Salem, Ohio. So that one's a newer one. This is Claude somebody. I like the look on his face though. Hey Chip and Sissy. Hey Cold World 13, Warren Bit Vintage, Andy Comics and Collectibles. Thanks for coming in. We're just going through stuff that I got at a estate sale today. It was kind of like a box lot sale. So I was throwing everything possible in my bag as fast as I could. So I really don't know what all I got. And we've really found some really cool stuff. Here's another old cabinet card. Looks like a family portrait of some sort. And it says Grandma and Grandpa Welbo and family. So there's another one. There's your real photo postcard. It looks like it was in a scrapbook, but it's this family here. There's the whoever made it there. And then this one says to C. and Burton calling something Walter H. Fisher, 1936. So I guess he gave him this picture. I don't know if he's somebody. Walter H. Fisher, I think. These just look like copies of the Disney silhouettes that we saw in the Disney bag we found. Oh, no, maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe these aren't, because look at this. This is cool. Silhouette portrait from the 1940 World's Fair. So maybe these are something different than the Disney ones we looked at. But anyway, I've never seen one from the World's Fair like that. So I thought that was cool. Oh, there's a pair of these. So you have the man and the woman. Hello, Hornibit Vintage. Thanks for stopping in. And here's some more snapshots. So this is my grandfather, Aravius Wake something Cadwell. This is about 1925, it says. Wonder where he is. There's some buildings in the background you can barely see. Here's a kid with a wagon. There's Miss Natalie Burton. Look at the kid climbing up in the rocking chair there. Got the mom and the kid. Looks like it was in a scrapbook. Here's Emma Lucy Burton. I know I've seen the Emma Lucy name in some of the other stuff we've looked at. So yeah, this appears to be a lot of Burton and Cadwell pictures. Then you got 3 bridesmaids, maybe it looks like. So maybe that was at a wedding. Here's some type of group photo. Looks like, I don't know if it's lawyers or, you can see the eagle thing in the background there. Look at that carpet down here. That's very cool. So we got that. This is her first hike in Pasadena. It says her first hike in Pasadena and last, 1922. So she must not have liked the hiking very much. That one looks like maybe a modern print of an older photo. All these are modern prints of older photos. Still got a couple more things in here. Then what I'll do is I'll put all the stuff that we've pulled out back in this, and we'll just kind of quickly go through it for anybody who wasn't here. If you want to see anything closer, let me know. And then we'll go to this next bag. And like I said, it's some ephemera, but it's a lot of like not ephemera stuff too. So I tried to kind of keep all the ephemera stuff in this one bag. Here's another Cadwell. Oh, this is Emma Lucy again. So we've seen a lot of Emma Lucy pictures and documents and such. Here's John Deming Mulford Jr., age 5 months, 18 pounds, 1928. There's the stuff on the back. Make sure that's all that's in there. Yep. And this looks like it was probably in a frame at some point. This is Emma Lucy again. So Emma Lucy Cadwell, who must have married into the other family. So that is everything that was in that bag. So we had all these pictures. Let me know if there's any interest in some combination of all these different cabinet cards and studio portraits and snapshots and such that we went through. You had you had those silhouette things from the 1940 World Fair and whatever those are. Yeah, and then just, lots of random photos there. Old studio or cabinet cards. That huge picture of the guy from 1908. Try to get stuff never goes back in as easy as it came out. So appreciate everybody who stuck with me for the last, it's been almost 2 hours now that we've been going through this stuff. Appreciate everybody who's bought things. Here was that sketch, I guess, for lack of a better term, we'll call it a sketch. And more, more studio cards. Yeah, book plates, and the old vintage T-shirts, the Walt Disney hat, beanie. I guess that's what it is. I don't know what year it's from, but I would guess maybe 70s or so. Yeah, so got those. Then we had all the playbills. Had a bunch of those we went through. We had the USS Mason destroyer picture. All the Alcohol Anonymous, like tokens and such that were in there. We had the Disney bag with the silhouettes in it. We had the paperboard book. We had the Snoopy book. We had the Audubon book. The Miles Standish book. And then the collector's manual. I didn't have any today. I do periodically come across Life magazines. Actually, not too long ago, sold the first Marilyn Monroe Life magazine, which was really cool. I found it at a yard sale, and I think I paid $1 for it, and it sold for like $350. So that was one of my better finds. I wish you could find stuff like that every day, but and it was like in perfect condition too. It's one of those. I was like the first person at the yard sale, fortunately. So then, just real quick, going back through the some of these different diplomas and certificates. You had what I think's a Masonic one. It's got Albert Pike at the top. And then, they're all kind of, I'm not going to show all these, but there was a barbershop quartet one. And these all were like from the 40s back to the 20s. Here was the state of North Carolina physician certificate. Yeah, I've got 30 or 40 of those, so I don't know that the only vintage clothing that I found was this 1988 t-shirt that says Sinai, Egypt, and it's all single stitch and everything, and it's on a Stampa, I guess is the name of the tag there. So there was that one, and what were the other ones I found? Nothing like, that. I wish they had like old rock concerts, but I thought this one was cool with the camel on it. 1987. I think they traveled over to the Middle East a lot, and I think these, all came from over there. Dawn, I hadn't really given it much thought. Like, I mean, you talking about all the photos I showed or just certain ones? I mean, pretty flexible in how I sell stuff. So just let me know. I can try to pull them back out if you're interested. So yeah, those were the only real clothes I got, other than the Disney hat. So that's the only other thing I got. They had, like, I don't know a lot about vintage clothing. This house had like closets and closets of clothing, but like it was all vintage, like ladies' clothing and stuff. So I'm sure there was probably some good stuff, but I know I've never been a clothing person. So no, I did not have any tin types. So um, yeah, let me see if I can pull these back out, Don. Let's see here. Give me just a second. They're in the very bottom of the bag. It won't take me very long to get down there. Let's just see what all pictures we have left. Let's see. There are definitely a lot of them in here. The bigger ones over there. Well, no, that's fine, Don. I've got them out now. I just happened to set this other stuff back down in the bag on top of it. They were easy to get to. They were all together. Let me see how big this is, because I want to make sure it's going to fit in a box with the other stuff. Let me make sure it's not more than 18 inches. Yeah, I think I'll leave this one out and put it in my booth because it's going to cause the box to be too big. So I'll do them all except that one. I think the rest of these are okay. Let me just measure a couple of these others real quick. Yeah, that one's less than 18 inches. Yeah, so let me show you what I got, and then, I'll give you a price that I would start at, and you can let me know if that's, too much or what. But so you had a bunch of, old, like cabinet cars. This one says, late 1800s. It's when the picture was taken. I don't know if that's the same house. This one doesn't have any information. That one said the side porch. This one looks like maybe a front porch. Could be the same family. I mean, then there were that one's some modern print. You got the person who went on their first hike. You got the sisters, or not sisters, bridesmaids. That one says Emma Lucy. So Emma Lucy Burton, and we've got a whole bunch of Emma Lucy Burton pictures in there, both as a baby and as an adult. A few of them did come out of scrapbooks. There's Natalie Burton, a kid with his wagon. Got that guy. That one does have some damage to it, but it's 1925. Says it was right before he died. He died in 29. Let's see. We'll leave these out because they're not really pictures. And if anybody's interested in these separately, let me know. They're the silhouettes from the 1940 World's Fair. I'll throw these two in, though. I'm not sure if these are old or not. I don't, they're on paper, though. So, but we'll keep those in there. So then some more like bigger pictures. And they do all, well, that one's real photo postcard. I think that was the only real photo postcard. Another Burton. So they're mostly all Burtons. And, well, that's not a Burton. That one's John Deming Mulford. Got that one. That one. Then these are all modern, like reprints, those three. We have this group of maybe lawyers. Only reason I say lawyers because I know we saw a law certificate when we were looking at those certificates, but it could be doctors too because we saw a lot of medical certificates as well. And there was, that one was Cecilia Cadwell. Then that guy. Just showing all these one more time. The guy with his dog. I'll keep this destroyer picture in there, and that was the USS Mason. This one will stay in there just because it was with it, but that's obviously a modern picture. And then you have this guy. Let me just measure these real quick too. Make sure they're going to fit in the 18 by 12 box. 15 by, yep, that one should just fit. So that one's like 15 by 12. Then this sketch, I mean, I'm going to put it in too, but that's really cool. It looks really old, but it looks like maybe a sketch based off of a picture. And then finally, the last one is this guy. So all those pictures, I don't know how many it was, but it was at least probably 30 or 40 different items. Let me make sure I didn't skip any. I think that's all of them. All right, so, oh wait, here we go. Nope, there were a few more. I knew I had some over here. Here's the baby. And it's from Pittsburgh. Doesn't say, oh yeah, it does. That one's John Deming Mulford. And we saw a grown-up picture of John Deming Mulford, I think, too. So, and then we had Kathy Burton. So another Burton. And then I think this was the funeral in here. Yeah, so this is that one who died in childbirth, maybe. Neil, I did not see any tobacco cards in all this, so I don't think so today. And then this one had her funeral thing in there too. So I tell you what, for all this stuff, how about, let me see how much it weighs first. If I can find my button, there it is. So it weighs 2 pounds, so it's going to be under 5 pounds. How about a, how about, man, this is super cheap, but how about 20 bucks? I mean, that's really, really cheap for all that, but it'll give it to somebody who's going to enjoy it, and I won't have to deal with lotting it all out. So let me know if that works for you, and I'll start it at 20 for all those pictures. All right. So somebody's going to get a super deal, and I'll run it for just a little bit, probably run it for 30, 45 seconds, and just blaze through them real quick as we run the auction. So let me get them in my lap so I'm ready to go. And let me go into the catalog. We're going to pin this. Start auction. 1 minute. I'm just going to do it for 1 minute. We'll say $20. $20, 1 minute. All right, it is running. So let me just show you what else in here. We'll go. I'm not going to read names this time, but just know that it was a lot of family pictures of the same family. Not all of them, but a lot of Demings. A lot of early 1900s all the way up to the 40s, and then a few modern, just throwing those in. A lot of snapshots. There's the baby. So we actually had, some pictures of the same people as kids and then as of adults, which I thought was kind of cool. There's some bridesmaids. Let me show this. This was one of my favorite things in there. It's like a sketch, I think, hand tinted. Looks like maybe a sketch from a picture. Looks like Don's going to take these at 20. Good get. All right, that will be coming your way. Let's see, I think Yeah, and so you already bought the book from me, so that will go with your stack of stuff down there. Get all this stacked up where it's got the big stuff on the bottom. Thank you, thank you. You are welcome. Hey, Millicent's Memories. Fellow Tennessean Millicent's Memories. She's in the middle part of the state where I'm in the eastern part of the state. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and, even though I got one sticker for you, I'm going to put a separate one on this one because I got to put it in a different place. That was Dom 414. All right, so let me put this stuff back in the bag again here real quick. That lightened my load a lot, so I appreciate it. Just put all this stuff down in here. It always comes out easier when it goes back in. Okay, so all that's been purchased. All right, let me move this bag out of the way and pull this other bag over here, and then we'll go through it. And just so everybody knows, I think there might be some of them right there, but it's just kind of unique, cool stuff. Okay. All right, so let's see what else in this. So this is ephemera of some sort. Whoops, that goes in your stack too, Don. It got stuck on the scale there. Let me make sure there wasn't anything else. Is anybody interested in these 1940 World's Fair silhouettes? Let me know. They're going back in the bag over here. Hey, Christy McGuire Art. Feels good. Thank you for coming in. So this was just something. It was in a drawer. I mean, I'm the kind. I mean, when I go to any of these estate sales, I'm constantly opening drawers and looking in cabinets because you never know what they miss. I have no idea what else in here, but there was a pocket of snapshots. Let's just see what they might be. And then like all kind of papers. So I don't know what these papers are. I did not pull any of them out and look at it. There was I don't know if this is military or not. We'll have to look at it in a second. So let's see what the pictures are first. So these are like all little small snapshots. A girl at the beach. Girl riding a horse. Some kind of dinner party. Her little dog. Here's a dam of some sort. I have no idea what dam it is. I don't know if it's probably one of the ones here in East Tennessee, but I don't know which one it is. None of these pictures are labeled or anything. Somebody sit next to the fireplace. This one does say it looks like a Hispanic name, maybe. He looks a little Hispanic. I know we found some Cuban stuff, in the last bag, so I don't know, maybe somebody was from Cuba. Yeah, because this is written in Spanish as well, it looks like. So I don't know if this is the same family or a different family. I'm pretty sure I found this out in the garage in a filing cabinet. Yeah, so just a lot of small photographs. We're getting close to the end, so let me see if there's. Oh, look at this. Look at her eyes. If you can see if it'll focus. They're like really wide open, like she's scared. Somebody at the beach. Somebody doing a handstand. That's a cool looking building in the back there. Somebody fishing. This one says I think this says 1961. So I'm guessing all these pictures are probably the 60s. Some kind of newspaper clipping of somebody. Yeah, all these are definitely, a lot of them have Spanish written on the back. There was like a Polaroid or something that got messed up. And then there's somebody hugging a bear. So those were all in the front pocket of that wallet. Let me put those back in here. If I can get them back in there. Yeah, so that's basically the way I found it. And let's see what's in these envelopes. Here's a postcard that says a safe place to work. The aerial view of, oh, that's Y12, so in Oak Ridge. So that's one of the ones I think they've torn. Y12 may be the one that's still open. It was like X25 that they tore down. So that's in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Then let's see what's in these letters. Although the address is indication, I'm not going to be able to read them because I don't speak Spanish. Let's see. Actually, this looks more German. What does everybody think on that? Just take a look real quick and see. Do you think that looks German? It's 1964, so. So anyway, there's two of those letters. Yeah, I don't know. There's. Let's see what else. Let me pull this stuff. I don't necessarily have to put it back in. Yeah, then there's a whole bunch of these letters that also appear to be German, most likely. So it's weird. It's like Spanish stuff and then German stuff. Whatever it was, they crammed a lot of letters into these into this wallet. 1964 postcard of some sort that was stuck in there. So yeah, anyway, all that stuff was in this little binder. So then here's somebody's marriage service, maybe. The form of solemnization of matrimony with certificate. Yeah, so this was 1967. These two people got married, Gardner and Fitzpatrick, maybe. So you got that. Here's a Bible. (1960s) because it's got a name in it with the date 1963. See what's in this envelope here. Hey, Chris Hamsey, or Hamsey. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. So this is something from the. This is not old at all. This is like Ladies of Charity membership for Knoxville, but it's like 2020, I think. So. Yeah, it doesn't have a date, but I think that's modern stuff there. But here's some of the non-ephemera stuff. I thought this was a very cool ashtray. So it's like a stuffed animal with an ashtray built in. It does have, I mean, this was, I think, in the garage as well. So, I mean, it's dirty. It needs to be cleaned. But I thought that was really cool. And it's got like, it's weighted. So it sits like that. So you can smoke your cigarettes. Of course, that's probably, we know how well plush and cigarettes mix. Although it doesn't smell. But anyway, here was the slide rule. And I found that slide rules always do really well for me. This one's still got the instructions and everything in it. It's still in the original leather. It's got somebody's name and phone number there. So yeah, if you ever find slide rules, they typically sell really well if I can get it out. So this is a Dietschen from Germany. Yeah, and that's a good brand too. So anyway, got that. And if my reselling career ever dries up, I can start a puppet show. I got 2 puppets. This one's a coyote puppet. And then we also have a red panda. So we have the coyote and the panda bear puppets. The Donald Duck squeeze toy. I think it was dated 1980 something. So 1980s Donald tub toy there. I thought this was really cool. It's a shredded wheat recipe box. Doesn't have anything in it, but it was from 1970 something, I think. I know I saw a date. Oh, 1973. And like just a few other miscellaneous ephemera type things. There's some maps that were in here. A Bible encyclopedia, a class of 1963 reunion. Yeah, nothing. Some postcards that look modern. They're not old looking. Not sure what they are. So this one's some kind of Edna Heibel Christmas ornament. Well, there's a few other things in here, but most of it's not stuff for. And here's some like movie promo. I've never heard of this movie. Men with Guns. I think it may be a Spanish or Mexican movie, but it's like looks like maybe it's the whole set of movie stills that they would send out. Is that Casper? I think it is. Maybe. I don't know if that's another bath toy or, although it's hollow on the inside. It actually looks like a topper. It's probably a topper for something, would be my guess. So, there's a map of Knoxville where I live. It's probably from the 70s because it has the Coliseum on the back and it looks pretty new. So I think that's really about it in that box. It's worth showing. So I think that's pretty much everything that I got at that sale today. So hopefully y'all enjoyed seeing it. That first bag of ephemera was pretty cool. Like I said, I was literally going through the house and just pulling stuff into my bag. So anyway, I appreciate everybody who who bought a few things today might go out today. At this point, it'll probably more likely on Monday. So you should have it regardless sometime, middle of next week. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in. Um, Everybody have a good weekend. Hopefully you have some fun plans. I think we're going to be hanging a TV up tonight that we just bought for our outside under our deck. We have it waterproofed under the deck, so we're going to hang a TV out there. And I think Amy may have ordered some new patio furniture as well. So hopefully we'll get that next week and we can enjoy our outdoor living space. And other than that, I don't know that I really have any other plans for the weekend. So anyway, we will see y'all next time. Make sure you go visit my website. It's got links to all my social media stuff. And I think my next show I have scheduled is Paper Palooza coming up in August. I may or may not do another show between now and then. I tend to never schedule shows anymore unless I'm in Ephemera or Paper Palooza or Shopaholic or one of those. For the most part, I just do these pop-ups periodically when I have stuff to sell. But everybody have a great day, and we will see you later.